Cameraman finally gets his shot at tackling the October lull. This segment of DoD TV is brought to you by PSE's Carbon Air. Experience performance. Not everyone has bad luck during the October lull. Sometimes when the conditions are just right, that buck you've been after all early season finally shows his pretty little rack. On this week's episode of The Cutting Room Floor, Mark Drury gives his cameraman Wade Robertson the keys to the farm, and boy does he have some killer encounters. I'm Matt Drury and you're watching The Cutting Room Floor edition of DoD TV.
That dreaded October lull. Everybody is giving of their time, trying to spend as much time as we possibly can in a tree stand, a box blind, looking at access, managing the doe herd. We're doing our part, trying to do the best we can, and still waiting on a few deer to get up on their feet and move during daylight hours. And it's been tough.
We call this the October lull, but I will say this. Through the years, there is a certain date range from about the 17th through the 20th where every once in a while you hear of a giant old deer getting killed, and you hear of rutting activity. And to me, it's almost like there's this slight little flurry. It's very pockety. You have to find the magic circle. It's hard to find. But when you find it, you can succeed in the October lull.
Here it is, October the 19th. We have had a few cool days yesterday and the day before. Finally warmed back up, so we are in the October lull still. But hopefully this little bit of a warm-up will get them back on green. We're going to this 3-acre clover field, and our fingers are crossed. Generally, it's really good. So let's see what we can get done.
There was one particular spot that we've had luck in the past, mostly because of pictures. I often scout a year in advance. I'm trying to see what's going on in a certain area one full year in advance. So then when I go back and look at those pictures, I can go, you know what, we should have been here during this particular period. Wade is going down to Big Cedar Bottom based on pictures. I always get good bucks down there. It's a very private field. There's a lot of cover around it. It's the only green food source anywhere close. So Wade and his girlfriend Kyle, they're planning to go down in there and see if they can find that one magical spot.
Oh, we just got up in the blind, overlooking this beautiful Clover Plus field, and got a few bucks on the hit list, so we'll see what wants to come out and eat some green tonight on this warm evening.
It's kind of the front end of that bell curve. It's no different than the tail end of November, where there's not very many does still in. All the does that are in are gonna have all the good bucks. Well, on the front end of that bell curve, when the first few does start to come into estrus, or the front end of estrus, they're going to attract a lot of attention.
She sure likes the green. First deer out, about 15 after 4 or so. They're starting early, which they generally do here, but hopefully we can get a mature buck out of here.
They're sitting there, the evening progresses, the does start filing in, and then what do you know? Mr. Big shows up, big 8-point, 5.5-year-old buck. He's out there looking for that first available doe. And you could tell it's warm. You look at these bucks as they check all these does in the field, their demeanor's there. It's slowed down a little bit because it's warm, but there's something in the air. There is a reason that they came to that field. It's the front end of their testosterone. It's also the front end of that bell curve. So if you can find the right spot, you can find that magic circle we're talking about, you can have success during the October lull.
That's a really, really nice buck. Seen him earlier this year, so hopefully he'll come in, give us a better look at it. It's 5.5-year-old, real wide. Oh, awesome buck. Chasing does already, he's starting to feel it.
That biologic, non-typical clover field absolutely drew all this action into one spot.
Wow, another mature buck. Ton of does. The does are getting closer. a spot already done left. We chased a doe out of the field, but we got 2 other opportunities standing right in front of us, so keep our fingers crossed.
They're sitting there enjoying the show, and what makes this bottom field so good also makes it tough to bow hunt. It's a big field, it's a big drawing card. That doesn't mean they're going to be within bow range.
He's too far now. Dang, that was close, man. He got within 55, but I just wasn't comfortable yet. Kyle had to switch windows, it just didn't work out. The camera saved one slide there. Man.
When you do find that magic circle start to form, and they're not exactly doed up just yet, you better keep going back as long as the wind's right. That's exactly what led Wade to that stand choice the following night. He went back in, and on the show, he got it done on one of those 2 big 8s.
You know, October is one of those months where the anxiety is extremely high, and it's easy for you to want to jump in there, but it's just not the time. It's the best time to do your homework and start studying, have a strategy, have a plan, you know, be reviewing those Reconyx pictures, and then take that to the field later on.
Not all October lulls are created equal. They got the right weather conditions, and you know what? That's why they're the masters of what they do. If you saw this week's episode of 13 only on Outdoor Channel, then you saw Wade Robson take that information and capitalize. Thanks for watching another edition of DoD TV. Until next time, safe hunting.